it is 9:30 in the morning and I have already gotten a few things started. One, I got a load of clothes folded, another one in the dryer, and another load started in the washer. And last night I forgot to turn on the dishwasher until I got into bed, so I was like, I'm not getting up. I had gotten cozy, so I said, I'm not getting up, I'll just turn it on in the morning. So I've got the dishwasher going and the counters cleaned up, and I'm about to get supper started, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Not lunch, definitely not lunch. I'm about to get dinner started. What I'm making is Park City stew, and it comes from Tasty Kitchen, a happy cooking community. The person who put this on the website was Busy Me, and I will link the recipe down below. I do make 2 changes to it. Whenever I started making this, I don't know how many years ago, because the date's not on here when I printed it off, and I'm not even sure this is the first one I printed. I think it is because I wrote my note on here. But when I first made this, it's probably about 5 years ago. I don't know. Anyways, we decided we were wanting to do something a little bit different after the first time. So the next time we tried it, we put onion and Worcestershire sauce in it, and we liked it better. Now, we liked it the first time, but we liked it better whenever we put those 2 additions in there. I feel like there's a hair on my eye. I'll be right back. Okay, my hair is wild today, and yes, there was a hair like over my eye. It's weird. So I'm gonna wash my hands since I've been touching my eyeball, and since I'm gonna be doing that, I'll go ahead and wash my vegetables up. And the other day, whenever I was Monday, whenever I did the fruit, I told you whenever I started to cook this meal, I was going to go ahead and prep celery and put it away in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that too. So I'm just going to bring the camera down so you guys can hopefully see at least some of the stuff I'm doing. I already have my beef in here. I hope I didn't pull out the wrong ones, because we do have some that's like beef strips, and then we have some that are beef tips or like, you know, stew meat. So I hope I didn't pull the wrong one out, but if I did, oh well, it's just gonna be all right. It'll taste the same, it'll just be a different size, you know. So I'm gonna wash up my potatoes, celery, carrots, and my cans, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with this, not exactly in the order of the recipe, because it says to do the carrot, it says the meat, potatoes, carrots, celery, and then all the soups and things. But I'm just gonna do the meat, and then I'm gonna do the celery, so I can go ahead and put some of that away. But you need, ooh, come back here recipe. I need to get my little thing that holds up my recipes so that I don't lose it. Let's take the lid off this. I'm going to go ahead and do the celery first so that I can go ahead and get some of it put away. Let's see. I'm going to cut off both ends. I haven't given myself very much space. You need 3 stalks of celery chopped. I'm using the wrong knife for this. This is a really good knife though, and that's why I wanted to use it. But I can't chop like I normally would. This is a paring knife. This is not going to work. Great knife. Just, you know how it is whenever you're a kid and you get new toys. This is one of my new toys and I want to use it. I will leave it there in case I need it in a moment. But I'm going to get my big chopper wrapper out. Alright, 3 stalks of celery. And what I was going to say is, you're going to think this is a lot of celery. It's going to be too much. It's going to be, you know, overpowered with celery. Don't worry about it. Unless you're allergic to celery or something like that, you know, or you just have a food aversion toward it, I think it will be fine. Now, if you're allergic, do not ever eat Park City stew. do not even attempt it. Because there's a lot of celery in here. And whenever I first cooked it, I thought, oh, this is gonna be just like celery. And I like celery in stuff, but I wasn't sure about this. I had watched a video of a lady on YouTube, which I don't even remember the channel anymore. It's been so many years. I don't even know if she still films, but she had made it, and she said, don't worry about the celery. It's not going to be overpowering, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, you know, it looks so delicious. I want to try it. So I did. And I'm not going to go overboard and put more than 3 stalks of celery in here. But you could if you wanted to, I guess. The reason why I really wanted to make this is, one, it looked really good the first time I made it, and 2, it has a lot of good vegetables in it. And yes, it is a beefy stew. It has beef in it, which you could use venison or something else, you know, I'm sure, but it has that, all the nutrients, all those different nutrients you need. Mostly in the cold months, people need them more, it seems. This is what I'm going to put away. This is the middle of it. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put this part into my stew pot with the leaves on it, because the leaves are good too. Alright, so I have a bag here, and I'm going to put these into it once I cut them in half. All I'm going to do is chop. That one's a little longer, so I'm going to cut it into thirds, not half. That way I can fit them in here. But that's how I put my celery away, is by I just chop it and put it in the freezer, and then I can just pull it out and use it whenever I need it for soups and stews and stuff like that. Now, you wouldn't want to eat it straight from the freezer, because, you know, raw, because it's not going to have a very good texture. But it's very good for soups and stews. And there's nothing that I know of that we're eating in the next little bit that we would want raw celery with. So, and if we do, I'll just go get some more raw celery, you know. But I just want to put this in here. And the rest of those, I don't really like freezing the leaves, because they get all, I mean, a few of them is fine, but they get kind of browned and funky looking, and they're not as pretty in your stew or soup or whatever. I mean, a few like this is fine, that little bit. But I don't want all of that, so I'm going to stick that in the pot too. Alright, so now I have celery for later. Now, what I do is I just take out whatever I need whenever I need it. You don't have to take this, there's a leaf on my thumb. You don't have to take this whole pack out to cook it. You can just take out half of it or a couple of little pieces, whatever you need. This is not something you have to take the whole thing out for. But if I do it this way, I don't have to use multiple bags. And I just put it straight in the freezer. And my carrots, I had actually washed them before, so there's no big deal. Alright, so 3 stalks of celery, 3 whole carrots, and I have 5 here, and I don't peel them. I just scrub them really well. I have 5, and what I'm going to do is take 2 of them and put them in the freezer as well, just like I did the other. Well, not just like. It's going to be a little bit different. There's one. I'm trying to get the bigger ones. I may just leave it in the refrigerator and have them for a snack later. No. Oh, it went right in the colander. How about that? I don't have as much room as I'd like right here because I still have the water purifier over on this counter. But that's okay. Like I said before, I'm not going to rush to get things done. I want to get done the way it needs to be done. And, you know, Jeff is working full time with overtime. And I'm not going to make, you know, a fuss if he doesn't get to all the stuff as quickly as I need it, you know, because I don't, well, I thought that was something on there. It's a leaf. How am I supposed to try to say this? I need the space, but I can live without it, if that makes sense. I know that I'll be okay until I get this whole counter. And what I had planned on doing is using this space without the cabinet on top for doing things like this with freezer meals and stuff. Not freezer meals, slow cooker meals, and for chopping and putting things in as I go. That's why I wanted this whole space to be cleared whenever, you know, we were figuring out how we wanted the house to be. Okay, so there's 2 carrots left. I could just go ahead and put them in there. They're so good. I think I will. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the pot. They're smaller carrots anyway. Whoever said you couldn't have a little extra vegetable? I don't know. Nobody, I guess. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. I've never done it before. I've always put the correct amount. I was gonna put them in the refrigerator, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm gonna put in the potatoes. It says 4 whole potatoes cubed. And I'm using the yellow and red skin ones, and I'm not peeling them. I'm doing it the easiest way I can. Now, you might need to use russet. I don't know. I didn't think I had to. I don't have russet anyway. It may just be that these don't take as long to cook. So maybe your dinner will get done faster. And this pot is gonna be full, y'all. It's gonna be so full. But that's okay, it'll cook down. All those vegetables will cook down. Here, let me get that. I don't like the way that looks. It looks like the machine that dug the potatoes up cut that potato. And I don't like it. And I'm using more than 4 potatoes as well, just because we always do. It's just what we do. I may not put all of these in though. I think I don't know. I might stop with this one because I still have to put the onion. Yeah, I'll stop with this one. Alright, now the onion, like I said, is not something that is on the original recipe. It is something I've added to the recipe. So you can omit this if you want to for the first time. And then if you decide, oh, well, I'd rather have onion in mine, you can add it later. But the way I do things is I will try a recipe the original way first before I ever start tweaking it. Unless the recipe has something in it that I know we don't like. And I'm not cutting this into small chunks either. It's pretty big chunks. And I'm using two kind of small. These are purple. I've used Spanish onions. I've used Vidalias. I've used just yellow onions. The only kind I think I have not used is a white onion. And only because I don't normally buy white onions. I did this last time. But it's not something I usually keep in my pantry. Because they're normally more expensive. So I normally just don't get them. I don't want to fight with this onion, but it's trying to fight me. This one is a little smaller, so I'm just going to cut it into quarters. Alright, so I'm going to clean up this a little bit, then I'll be right back. Okay, so at this point you might be like wondering what in the world, how am I going to put everything else in there? How's this going to fit? It will cook down, I promise you. So, the first thing I'm putting in here is, no I'm not. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Nope, I'm not. I'll be right back. Or I'm not going anywhere, really. I'm going right here. I knew something didn't feel right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix my cans of things. Which, oh, I closed that again. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, a can of cream of celery. And I am doing one thing different than I normally do. And that is because I do not have any cream of chicken. I'm going to add cream of mushroom instead of cream of chicken. I thought about adding another cream of celery, but I decided I would just go ahead and do the cream of mushroom because I have it, and why not? I don't have any allergies. Nobody in my family does, so I don't think it's going to change anything that much. And also, you're going to be tempted whenever you're doing this to add liquid other than this. Do not even think about it. Do not do it. Do not attempt it. You don't need it. That came out perfectly. Oh, I didn't get my can cutter. This one is one of those on again, off again ones. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That time it worked. Yay, exactly like it was supposed to. It's old, y'all. I've had it for years. Alright, 1 4-ounce can of tomato sauce. Okay. Where'd my packet go? Oh dear, where'd I put it? I have a packet of onion soup. I put it over there so it wouldn't get wet. 1 pack of onion soup mix. It calls for a certain brand, but we're not doing that. We're doing Aldi. And we have lots of time, so it doesn't matter. Alright, mix this together. I'm going to put my Worcestershire sauce in there too in a second. But I want to get this down a little bit. The dry stuff. and it does not look pleasant. It does not look good at all, but don't worry, it will be fine. A lot of foods don't look pleasant before you cook them. Once you see the final product, you'll be like, oh, that looks good. We all know if we cook that things don't look great in the beginning sometimes. Alright, and like I said, the Worcestershire sauce is my addition, and I just put a couple tablespoons or so in there just because I want it, just because we like it, we enjoy it, and that's just why we do it. I almost got too small of a bowl. Okay. Now if I would have tried to pour that on one thing at a time, it would have been fine. It would have worked great, fine, whatever. But doing it this way, having it already mixed up, all the things are already together, so it's easier. And like I said, it's not gonna look pleasant. It will be fine, don't worry. It looks like you just totally messed up your beautiful vegetables. You didn't, I promise. Alright, so I'm just gonna squish that all around. I've got one more ingredient that I have to put in. You get in there, tater. Alright, one more ingredient, which is 2 bay leaves. We just, well, that's a tiny one. All these are tiny. I'm going to put 3 in because they're tiny. I'm leaving them on top because I'm going to take them out later. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to let it get lovely for 6 to 8 hours in the slow cooker on low. So there it is. Now it does say in the notes, it says we like to top this with Worcestershire sauce. It adds some nice flavor. Enjoy with your favorite garlic bread. I don't want the Worcestershire sauce cold. That's why I put it in here. So there's that. So I'll be back at some point. I don't know what all I'm doing today. I know I have to film some more videos for my planner channel. So this might be all you get. We'll see. Okay guys, I have been filming and editing planner videos because I had to do my monthlies and all that kind of stuff too. Anyway, so I haven't filmed anything else, but it's been about 4.5, 5 hours, almost 5 hours. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my bay leaves out real quick. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna leave them in so they can be stirred around. I'm gonna stir this around because this is not cooking the way I would want it to. But it's been a long time since I've cooked this. If I'm remembering correctly, I usually cook this on high. So I'm gonna stir it around. It is cooking. Now, as you can see, the meat is getting done. All the things are getting done. It's hot, it smells delicious, all that stuff. But it's not gonna get cooked in time for dinner, it seems like. I don't know. But I'm gonna stir it around, and I did get some of it. Some of that is fajita meat. Whoops. It's just gonna be small pieces. It's okay. All of it might actually be, and that means we won't have fajitas later, or else we won't have cheesesteak sandwiches, which is what I use that for. Because it seems though as that I should have labeled them. There's your lesson for today. Label your packaging. But I didn't label them, and it's okay. But it looks as though that's all I used. It looks like both packages were that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it tastes the same, and it came from the same roast anyway because we did it ourselves. Some of it was sticking on this back side, so I'm trying to get that off with my spurtle here. But I wanted to start around, and you see it's cooked down a lot, and you see there's a lot of juices in there. There's a lot of liquid in there. So that's why I said, don't worry, don't add anything, it'll be fine. But what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna put my lid back on, and I'm gonna turn it up on high for a little while. Maybe my slow cooker's getting tired. It's probably about, well, it was one of the first Hamilton Beach stay and go ones, so probably 20 or so years old. But I don't know if that's it or what, but it's just, you know, it's tired. It still works, it just doesn't work as good on low as it used to, I guess. But that's okay, because it's only 4 p.m. It's not like we're going to be eating right now. So I'm going to do a couple hours on high. So that's about, well, it says 6 to 8 hours on low. That was about 5. So, you know, maybe 5.5 or something by the time I got everything in here. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's been, yeah. Anyway, it's fine. We're going to continue cooking. I'll see y'all later whenever this is yummy and done. Okay, guys, it's been almost 7 hours, and I did turn this up on high 2 hours ago. Set that down over there. And I'm going to stir it up again, because you know I stirred it a couple hours ago. But I'm going to stir it again and check the potatoes, because once the potatoes are done, it should be done. But as I said, do not be tempted to add any liquid to this. As you can see, it has plenty. Okay, I don't know why, but I ended up having a bit of a coughing fit. Not really a coughing fit, but I felt like something got in my throat. I don't know if it was the heat, the steam, what it was, but it was something. I just got one of the bay leaves out, and whenever I find the other 2, I'll get them out. But everybody that lives here knows not to eat them, so if I happen to leave one, it'll be fine. But I do kind of want to search around and see if I can find it. But I'm thinking that potatoes are not quite there yet, just from looking at them. Where are you, little bay leaves? This is one reason why I was going to leave them on the top, and then I should have just done what I started to do and just take them out and you know, put them back on top. But I really wanted them to get the flavors all in. But I found 2 so far. It's fine. But I mean, if you ate a bay leaf, it's not going to hurt you. I mean, it's part of the food. It's part of the flavor. It's an herb or whatever, you know. But they're not too pleasant to try to chew on. You'll be chewing for a while. So you just don't want to do it. And I don't see the other one right now, but if I don't get it out and I don't happen to find it in my bowl, I'll tell Jeff and Noah to check to make sure that they don't eat it. They wouldn't eat it anyway. They know better. But I don't know where it's at. So let me get a fork so I can, I haven't done the dishes or taken the dishes out yet. So I can just use one of these. Oh no, that's done. That's done. I want to check a few of them. Definitely done. Let's check the carrots. Well, yep. Definitely done. Yeah, this is done. It's ready to eat. See if I can find that bay leaf though. Then I'm going to tell Noah, and then I'm going to fix Jeff a work bowl and then a bowl for tonight. But I'm not going to do a taste test because I know how this tastes. I know it's delicious. I know, you know, that we like it. This is just I've been cooking some of our favorites is what I've been doing and sharing those with you guys. I know that some of them I have shared before. I believe all of them so far I've shared before on my channel, but it doesn't hurt to share again, you know, to remind you of things, to remind myself of them. I really wish I could find that bay leaf. There's so much green in here from the whatever that's called, celery, that I can't seem to find it. But I will find it. But see, okay, I did want to talk about some things. You see how that this was like full, but you see how it's cooked down and it's not as full as it was. I think I just saw the bay leaf. Did I see the bay leaf? No, that was an onion. An onion with a green celery behind it. It'll be fine. I'll just tell them to watch out if I don't find it. Alright, so it was completely full, so you see it does cook down. I did add onion and it does not call for it. I did add extra potato and extra carrot. That's fine. It did not hurt anything to do that. And according to your slow cooker, you know, you want to do it different for your slow cooker. I did do it for a few hours on high and then a couple hours, like it was 5 hours on low and then 2 hours on high. Should have probably done the high first and then put it to low, but it's okay that I did it the way I did it, because honestly I didn't know I was going to end up doing that. But don't worry about the fact that it's super full. Don't add any liquid, because you can see it's got plenty of liquid. I just can't find that leaf. I'll be the one that ends up with it most of the time. I am. If I leave it in. But it'll be fine. Alright, I'm gonna get the camera up here, but I gotta rinse this where I grabbed the bay leaf. Rinse it off my finger. Alright, let me get the camera up here so I can talk to you. But I'm so busy looking for this bay leaf that I can't actually talk to you. So I'm gonna stop going around in there. Put the lid back on it so that I can't. And just tell you guys, totally full, but then it cooks down. Still a lot of food though. It's super easy to make. It's super delicious. It's a great stew. Do not be tempted to add any liquid. I know that whenever you look at it, you're like, oh my goodness, this is gonna need liquid. You don't. You definitely do not. You can see that. And if you do add liquid, it's just gonna be more soupy, and you want it to be kind of thick and stew kind of thing. Now, it said to eat it with garlic bread. We've done garlic bread, we've done cornbread, we've done crackers. Tonight we're just going to do crackers because I didn't do anything else. But it's completely up to you what you eat with it. You don't have to eat anything with it. You can eat it just like this. I probably will eat it just like this. But it's really super good. And you don't add a bunch of things, like a bunch of different seasonings and stuff, because all of the seasoning is in that little packet of the Lipton soup mix, the onion soup mix. You don't have to use Lipton brand, it's up to you. But this smells just like normal, so I think that me adding the cream of mushroom is not going to make a difference. If it does make a difference, I'll put something on the screen right now letting you know, but I don't think it is. If it does not make a difference, I'm not putting anything on the screen. But I just want to encourage you to use your slow cooker. Make those meals that kind of scare you sometimes, like you're like, oh, I don't know. But if you think, you know, if you want to try it, go ahead and do it. If it's not too expensive to try, you know. And if you don't like it and you want to add a little something to tweak it, you know, do it. it's okay if you don't, I mean, if you like it some, but it's like, oh, well, that needs a little this, that little needs a little that, you know, that kind of thing. But make the recipes your own. But I will have this link down below for you guys. I'm going to get Noah, and like I said, we're going to have our dinner, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. And if you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, because I really do want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.